Member Calgary Fish Creek, followed by Barhead Morningville Westlock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This government loves to talk about the so-called Building Alberta plan. What it doesn't speak to is the unacceptable job it is doing on maintaining Alberta. That is, ensuring the facilities that we already have don't fall into disrepair. A FOIP, I love those FOIPs, of Alberta Infrastructure shows over a dozen health facilities listed in poor condition. These are just a few of we know right now. How can the infrastructure minister ensure that a government busy putting up flashy Building Alberta signs isn't forgetting about the critical infrastructure that we need today?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know what? The fact is, we work with Alberta Health Services all the time, get their advice on which buildings need to be repaired. We work with the list they give us. They do the repairs. We monitor to make sure the money gets spent where it's supposed to be. We'll continue to do that because that's how we actually keep things in good order, Mr. Speaker. If the honourable member actually has examples of places that are that she genuinely feels are in bad repair, we'd of course be happy to hear about that.
Or supplemental.
Oh, I have them, Mr. Speaker, lots of them. Given that residents in Boyle are concerned about losing health services in their community after a 4-year Alberta Health Services plan to repurpose this facility into a primary care clinic was shelved, can the Minister of Infrastructure ensure residents that they won't lose local services altogether by consolidating them all within 50 kilometres away?
Well, Mr. Speaker, as the honourable member will know, responsible planning and delivery of healthcare services involves looking at all of the services in geographical areas across the province, ensuring that we're making the most of the equipment and the staffing and the facilities that we have available, and that means centralizing some services, Mr. Speaker, in appropriate areas within those geographical areas, which we call AHS zones. So, Mr. Speaker, we'll continue to do that work. The residents of Boyle can be assured by this government that they'll continue to have access to all of the healthcare services they need, just as their neighbours across the province.
Final supplemental.
Oh, Fred.
Okay, Minister, let's try another one. Given that Wainwright Health Centre has, according to Alberta Health Services, deteriorated to the extent that continued safe building operations cannot be taken for granted, and given that the facility, now listen to this one, is at risk of being shut down if further sewage system failures occur, why, after at least 4 years of being on Alberta Health Services priority plan, has this government not taken any action?
Honourable Minister of Health.
Well, Mr. Speaker, as the honourable member knows, Alberta has the highest number of hospitals per capita than any other province in this country, bar none. 99 approved hospitals, Mr. Speaker. We have proposed in Budget 2014 a capital budget of $2.6 billion, Mr. Speaker, covering 24 projects. Mr. Speaker, the issue of infrastructure maintenance is an issue in every province in this country. We provide for that in our budget, Mr. Speaker. We have more work than most provinces because of the number of hospitals that we're working with. But, Mr. Speaker, the quality of care in this province is not in question and should never be in question.